in there.
Tonight on Sports Sunday, the Astros still running hot since the All-Star break.
George drives one to left field.
The starters have been special, but is a key addition on the way with the trade deadline 3 days away.
Training camp with the Texans, year 9 for J.J. Watt, year 3 for Deshaun Watson, and a host of new faces trying to return the team to the playoffs.
I mean, you can have all the best guys in the world on paper, but if you don't put it together, it's going to mean nothing.
And Westbrook has landed in Houston. It's very clear why he's here.
I think it's a great opportunity to be able to bring a championship here to Houston.
Jerome Solomon from the Houston Chronicle weighs in on the addition.
Now, don't blame your equipment.
He turns and fires it.
Show some excitement.
Come on! Get up!
Yeah, get up, because Sports Sunday starts now.
Live from KPRC Channel 2, this is Sports Sunday, presented by Nissan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sports Sunday. As you see, full house tonight. Packed show, including some of my favorite video guys. Indians pitcher Trevor Bauer having a little bit of a moment today, seconds before he was pulled out of the game. We'll show it to you later on.
He's so sorry for it. 3 days before the trade deadline.
Also, another MVP in Houston. Big news for the Rockets on Friday. Russell Westbrook's introduction. We'll talk all about that coming up.
And Texans training camp, lots of stuff to get into, from J.J. Watt to Deshaun Watson to other people whose names don't have Watt in them.
Absolutely. Hey, let's start, though, with the Astros. Dinger Day, I think, in St. Louis, right? Day. Check out George Springer.
George drives one to left field, and this game starts with a home run by George Springer.
Yes, indeed. Second pitch of the game. Springer with the bomb. 7th time he's led off a game with a home run this season. 24th overall. All right.
1-0 Astros in the top of the third. Yordan Alvarez up, and he hits a freaking laser. 393 gone. Already his 12th home run of the year.
Yeah, 2-0 cushion set the table up for Wade Miley. He threw 5 shutout innings, gave up 5 hits, struck out 6 Cardinals.
Ho-humming it like he always does. That is Wade Miley. Jose Altuve in the 5th. Let's just watch and enjoy.
Altuve drives one deep to left field. This ball is gone. 3-run shot.
16th homer of the year, but his 1500th hit. Astros win it 6-2. Take the series. They're now 68-39, and we might not need to show you these division standings much longer. Astros still comfortably in front of the A's, whom they've beaten 9 of 11 meetings, but they do have exactly 8 meetings against them remaining.
Astros in a virtual tie with the Yankees, both 29 games above 500. Twins getting pushed by the Indians for the AL Central as the A's slide back to that second wildcard spot with the Red Sox loss.
All right, let's talk about these Astros guys. I mean, you're on the final stretch of this season. Comfortable lead right now. Some guys are stepping up. Guys we expect to deliver when it's crunch time.
That would be Jose Altuve.
I think he's pretty good.
He's been unbelievable since he's come back off of the injured list. What he did today, again, we mentioned that homer. He also had 2 other hits. He's hitting over 360 since his return, for this month. OPS over 1,000 for this month. And the pop is back and the speed is back. He's back.
Batting average just keeps climbing for Altuve. It was just a matter of time. Get this guy comfortable, get him healthy, and now he's locked in when they need him most here down the stretch.
You got Correa back, and you have Altuve back to being who Jose Altuve is, and there are not a lot of holes in this lineup, and that's why I think you're not going to see a whole lot of trouble for the Astros holding that lead.
Also, the pitchers, the starting pitching is the driving force at the top of the American League. The team 9-2 in their last. The starters have all 9 of those wins against no losses with a sparkling 1.69 ERA. Of course, Cole, we've talked about him so much lately. He just continues to dominate. 3 of those wins, 1 run over 7 innings in each of his starts.
All right, on to Cleveland now. This could be a pretty good series because Cleveland, the team, of course, they beat in the ALDS. They're playing great baseball right now. They've got a lot to play for, and we've got the trade deadline coming up as well. So a lot of moving parts in the next 3 days.
Yeah, we'll save the Trevor Bauer stuff for later. He won't see the Astros since he pitched today. We'll show you what he did, and it wasn't very good. But that's who they have first, then they're back home to take on the Mariners.
All right, from baseball, and let's shift gears, talk a little Texans and some football. Training camp open for business. Training camp arriving for the Texans Thursday morning. All the big names were ready to go by day 2. Watt and Hopkins coming off that PUP list almost immediately. No Jadeveon Clowney, though, as expected, but also no concern. Deshaun Watson, how about slinging it around, looking pretty good out there, getting into his usual practice routine. Yesterday and today, the team in pads, ready to start getting ready for the preseason opener. It'll be here in just 11 days.
With the training that I've had this offseason, with the way that my body feels and with where I'm at, I'm really excited, I'm confident, and I'm comfortable with who I am and what I'm going to accomplish. And it doesn't matter what I say. I've said that before. It doesn't matter what I say. It matters how I play.
You can, learn from those, mistakes I did last year and learn from the good things also and kind of build on it. So, this year just taking another step, taking that leadership role to another level.
Full complement of wide receivers for Watson. They only need one hand. Could make for an awfully explosive offense. Hopkins, arguably the league's best. Fuller, a full go, returning from his ACL injury. And Keke Coutee, a full, healthy offseason of work with Watson to build a good relationship.
It's special to have those guys out there. They can help, help this team win games. And, what we did last year, what Will did last year before he got hurt, what Keke was doing. I love to watch those guys play.
Be on the same page as the quarterback, is very important. So this off season we worked hard, and now we're working even harder. So because the season's right around the corner. So just to keep building that bond and connection is what we're working for.
And the Texans have 2 big fixes needed if they want to repeat as AFC South champions. Later, I'll take a look at what those are and what the team is saying after the first week of training camp.
Lots of anticipation from Rockets fans and from the team to see this high-flying action from Russell Westbrook. Still several months before the regular season, but Westbrook finally met with the media this past Friday.
What have been your thoughts about the city of Houston thus far and just the opportunity being in the city presents for you?
It's hot as hell, tell you that.
It's actually cooler the last couple of days.
Tell you that.
So nobody wanted to break it to him that it had actually been a cool front, so he hasn't even felt the real Houston heat just yet. But you see that smile on Westbrook's face. That was there for the entire press conference. You could genuinely tell that he's excited to be here, ready for this new chapter in his career. Harden and Westbrook last played together in the 2012 finals, and they hope the next time they play in the finals together will be this season. From the second Westbrook sat down at the podium on Friday, he made one thing clear.
We have one common goal, and that's to win a championship.
And the strong belief that he can do that with the Rockets is exactly why he took a leap of faith, leaving OKC, his home of 11 years, the organization that gave him everything, to rejoin forces with his longtime friend James Harden and chase a title.
I think have a great organization here, a great group of guys, great front office, great coaching as well, and I think it's a great opportunity to be able to bring a championship here to Houston, opportunity to be able to do great things, have some fun, and I'm excited for it.
I mean, he plays with an energy, a passion, a will to win that I think is really unparalleled in the league. He's relentless. He comes constantly. He doesn't seem to get tired. It's intimidating to the opponents how much passion he brings to the game, and to have that on our bench now is incredible.
The naysayers don't see how it can work. 2 of the most talented but ball-dominant players in the league. Westbrook says it's all about sacrifice.
To be able to win something, you got to be able to sacrifice some parts of your game, and we both understand that. We've done it in Oklahoma City, and there's been many times in Oklahoma City when James on the team, he closed the game with the primary ball handler, and I played off the ball, which is totally fine for me because, like I said before, I am offensively and scoring and having the ball in my hands is not the only thing I can do for the game. I do a lot of great things for the game, and I look forward to doing that with this team as well.
Yeah, I'd say he definitely does a lot of great things for the game. He's averaged a triple-double the past 3 seasons, the only player in NBA history to have led the league in scoring and assists multiple times, and we are just a few months away from seeing him in action as a Rocket come preseason in October. Guys?
Thanks, Laney. A look at the career numbers for Russell Westbrook. 11 years with the Thunder, 23 points per game, 7 boards, and nearly 8.5 assists per game, though that number in the middle, 30.8% on threes from behind the arc. Wow, that does stand out, though. Joining us now to discuss all things Russell Westbrook and the Houston Rockets, none other than Houston Chronicle columnist Jerome Solomon. Jerome, we appreciate the time. We're going to have a little fun here. We're going to start with one of the first things that Russell mentioned, the word sacrifice. He's 11 years in, going into year 12. It's going to be double figures in the NBA for James Harden. Is it thumbs up or thumbs down that there is a buy-in from both of these guys on the word sacrifice?
Today, it's a thumbs up. They played 0 games. It all sounds good in theory right now. There's no doubt. They know each other. They played with each other. They've seen each other play. They understand there's going to have to be some give and take. The question is who's doing the giving and who's doing the taking. We won't find that out until the game starts.
They both need to take part in both of those things, right?
Oh, yeah. They both need to share that. I mean, it's James Harden's team, and they want to argue that it's his team. But Russell Westbrook is our star player, too. He's going to want some action. It's late in the ball games where it's really going to be interesting who gets to make the decision of where the game's going to be won and lost. And we'll find that out as the season gets going. It's kind of, I've mentioned it's like Michael Jackson and Prince both on the same stage. They both want the microphone, you know?
Well, of course, he was all smiles at the introductory press conference. Why wouldn't he? James was in the room. So which Russell will we see this year? Is it angry Russ? Is it happy Russ? Is it both?
I'm going to go with happy Russ.
Okay.
The Rockets are going to win a lot of games. This is a basketball team that should win 55 to 60 games. They could get hot and, and have their franchise record of 65 wins. They're not likely to get to 65. They can win 60 ball games. I mean, in the way the West shapes up, I can see this team pounding some teams during the regular season. The question will be what happens in the playoffs. Russ is going to be happy. When you're winning, you're supposed to be happy.
So that means he's going to make them better. What's the one thing on the court he brings most that this team needs?
That nonstop competitive nature and the speed. I mean, the Rockets have been, even with Mike D'Antoni, and they score a lot of points, and they have one of the most efficient offenses in the league. They're always ranked in the top 2 or 3. They don't play with pace. They don't score quickly. They don't get up and down the floor. Part of that is they don't get a lot of defensive rebounds. Russ is the best rebounding guard in the league. He's one of the top 10 rebounders, defensive rebounders in the league, even at his size at 6'3". And when he gets it, he goes, and the Rockets will go this season. There's not a lot of competition for rebounds among the Rockets.
Now to the important stuff. You've worn a Culliver shirt or 2 or jacket. Russell Westbrook was posed this very question on the Matt Thomas show. The best fashion sense on the team now. He claims it's him. Now, Harden and P.J. Tucker might have a thing or two to say about that. So who is it?
Oh, man, the best fashion sense on the team right now, Mike D'Antoni.
Because he has none? He says, I'll just wear what you give me, what's ever there?
He wears a plain, ordinary, decent-looking business attire, not these wild and crazy.
So you're not down with this stuff?
Okay, I guess it's a little hard for me to say.
Come on now.
I'm bringing a little color here, but I'm not wearing a skirt. I'm not wearing, like, all kind of designs on it. It's just a plain, ordinary, regular, plain color. Those guys do dress well. They wear their own style to fit their personalities, and that's what they are. They only wear an outfit once and then they don't wear it again. I don't know if that's a fashion sense or more of they're making fashion statements. They're trying to make money off of fashion, and people pay attention to it. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
That means their fashion sense is working.
That means it's working. Jerome Solomon, Houston Chronicle columnist, and of course the co-host of the Houston Sports Show. We'll see you again in just a few minutes.
In just a few minutes, right there.
Still to come on Sports Sunday, Week 1 of Texans camp is in the books. I'm going to take a look at the positions this team needs to improve to defend the AFC South.
Plus, have you ever celebrated so hard that you lost your shoe? Well, I'll tell you what in the world is going on here with LeBron James coming up.
You have first and second down guys. You have your third down guys. You have some guys that can do a little bit of everything. Special teams is a big factor in it. And with the exception of offensive line and defensive line and quarterback, probably the rest of it is special teams is a major factor in making a roster.
The Houston Texans won the AFC South last season, but the sour taste of losing the wildcard game to a division rival leaves the defending division champs projected behind the Colts and in some places behind the Jaguars. The focus being less on the great seasons Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt had, and more on the improvements the team needs to make in key areas. You want improvement in key areas? We talk offensive line. For only the second time in team history, the Texans drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, and Titus Howard will need to contribute.
Going out each and every day trying to do what my coaches want me to do. I want to be versatile. I feel like being versatile will help the team in the long run, and I just want to do everything I can to win.
Relative to where he's at in his career, he's able to pick things up. He's a good communicator. He's a great kid.
He'll have help from offseason signing Matt Khalil, a former Pro Bowler, trying to prove he can stay healthy.
Matt's a good player, very smart. You know, Matt has come in here this first, he was in early training camp, and then the first 3 days here, he's done a nice job.
Protecting Deshaun Watson is one thing, but stopping other quarterbacks from torching them has been just as big of an issue. 28th in pass defense a year ago, but that's not stopping Texans defensive backs from being confident.
It's no true timetable on when things are click, but when things are click, man, we have the skill set to take this thing off. And, man, that's why I preach to the guys every time. Every time we break, I let them know, man, I believe in everybody in here, and I believe that we have everything in here to be the best secondary in the National Football League.
For the Texans pass game week 1, all about health, and Will Fuller feeling good and looking better.
It feels good to be back out there, running routes, just being with the guys again on the field, communicating the whole thing. So it feels good to be back.
I've always said if Will can have, a healthy 16-game season, he's going to help us win a lot of games, and he's going to be a very productive player. He works very hard, very smart player.
A first week without injuries is a successful one. Now the Texans can look ahead to where they're compared to other teams. 2 practices and a game next week in Green Bay will help show the progress.
Thanks, Ari. A handful of the upcoming Texans training camp practices are open to fans. This Thursday and Saturday are the first 2 on August 1st and 3rd. Then the 10th, 14th, and 15th before they wrap up camp. Don't forget, fans must have a ticket to attend.
All right, still ahead on Sports Sunday. Let's just say that the Clippers' Steve Ballmer wears his emotions on his sleeve. He is passionate, and he shows us why again coming up. Good stuff. You don't want to miss it.
Also, just a couple of guys flashing a little bit of leather on the diamond. You decide which catch is best. We're back in 2 minutes.
All right, welcome back to Sports Center, everybody. We're all back to run through some things you might have missed this past week. I mean, we could go 30 minutes on this stuff. We picked the best, though. Russell Westbrook intro was nothing like the Clippers' introduction of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard earlier this week. Big crowd, fans, supporters, but no one, and I mean no one, was more excited than their owner, Steve Ballmer.
But I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool, pretty damn cool. Wow! Come on! Get up! Come on, get up! If you're psyched as I am, get up!
How many times he claps and goes crazy and practices his celebration? He's still awkward.
I think he sold some tickets with that effort.
That's my dad after the lawn has been mowed.
Is that how he's all fired up for that, huh?
I would have him come in and talk to the team before every game. Come on, in the locker room. All right, so LeBron James, almost that hype, not quite, but getting excited just like any dad at his son Bronny's AAU game. I don't blame him either after that alley-oop, but check it out. He lost his shoe on the court, so then he has to go back and get it while they're trying to go on with the game. Of course, it's LeBron James. Everyone's just laughing about it. Like, nobody's getting mad at him or anything.
He can't just, be out there and hang out. Even if he was sitting there being quiet and silent, they'd know he was there. Yeah. Nothing wrong with celebrating.
It's a nice alley-oop, though.
Nice kicks as well.
He gets more excited for his son's game than his own, and that's why I love it.
That's because he's on the Lakers.
His son is good.
Lots of great stuff from the Diamond. This is the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, which, Jumbo Shrimp.
That's their team name?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Stone Garrett, by the way, if we're paying attention to the baseball side of things, made this catch, 1 foot on the wall, makes the catch, jumps over, kind of tumbles over, still holds on, which, first of all, Stone Garrett, great baseball name, great baseball play. The Jumbo Shrimp would go on to get breaded by Biloxi 3-1.
He made a catch like that a week ago, too, or something.
Stone Garrett
this guy's
doing
good.
things.
Well, some of these guys make it look easy. Even this pitcher, Zach Plesac, does the same thing. Pitchers diving, making spectacular plays. At least some of them are athletes. This is an unbelievable play right in front of the Royals dugout. They are unimpressed.
That Dan's kid?
That is Dan's kid.
I have his baseball card. I'm getting old.
Look at the other team. They're just sitting there.
We got more Indians on the way.
Oh, yeah.
All right, sticking with the Indians. Trevor Bauer right there, stewing on the bench. Here's what he did when his manager came to pull him. Fires the baseball over the wall in center field.
Look at his teammate, Mike Freeman.
Freeman's like, what are you doing, dude? Bauer just losing it. Here comes Francona saying,
what are you thinking? Yeah.
I think that was one of those he immediately regretted. Like after the game, he was apologizing, like, oops.
I mean, I give Bauer credit all the way over the center field wall.
That's a 350-foot throw.
That's
impressive.
Hey, I'm Trevor Bauer, loose cannon.
Okay, this one's from Friday. Carlos Correa's first game back after missing 50, and look right there on his shoulder. A butterfly finds a home. Next pitch, the ball is hit to Correa. He makes the nice play, and then he's having a laugh because look who is right back, returns to Correa on his shoulder, the butterfly once again.
Carlos is telling Altuve right there, La Mariposa, and he sticks with him for a few more hitters.
Oh, man, how many languages can we do butterfly in? Farfalla is Italian.
Very
I could do just the one, that's why
I'm done, yeah, I'm done.
That's a good list right there. We've probably had 5 or 6 more, but that's the best for the week.
Good week.
Very good stuff. Yeah. All right, we're taking a break. Sports Sundays.
Up in a minute.
Coming right back.
Welcome back to Sports Sunday. The West University seniors at the Senior League World Series after Alex Mintz led off with a double. He's coming home on this infield grounder from Connor Bartlett. Nice slide. He scores. Now to the 7th. They're protecting a 4-2 lead, and it's Mintz again putting away the final out. They win their opener in the Senior League World Series. They will play again on Tuesday.
All right, shout out to Fort Bend Austin High School alum and Olympian Simone Manuel. Big day in South Korea at the World Championships. Manuel became the first American woman to sweep the 50 meters and the 100-meter freestyles at Worlds. Her overall medal haul in South Korea, pretty good. 4 golds and 6 silvers. I think she, along with Team USA, are ready for Tokyo coming up next summer. So congratulations to her. And you meant those names in the Little League, Senior League. Bartlett, his brother is our intern.
Yes.
Blake Bartlett. And then, of course, Alex Mintz. Dad is Bobby Mintz from
TriStar Productions.
TriStar Productions.
Wow, that's so
pretty
cool.
So Bart's there. Yeah, he's there. Blake's watching his brother play right now.
Oh, yeah, he did tell me he was there.
We got the trade deadline coming up in 3 days. The Astros make a move, yes or no?
Yeah, I think they're going to make a move. I'm not sure. They need a starter.
Well, it ain't coming from the Mets since they made their
The Astros have to
I
make
thought
a
it was
move.
going to be Stroman.
Sore subject for this guy right here.
Don't
Didn't like that
trade
one.
Noah Syndergaard Mets, but if the Astros get him, that would be huge for them.
That's Wednesday. Texas camp continues tomorrow. We got you covered. Thanks for watching. We'll do it again next week.